Welcome, everybody, to the Wrestling Pit Podcast. I am your host for this morning. Good morning. This is your boy Punch, or you can call me Shane, whatever you feel like it. Today, we are talking about AEW predictions for tonight's AEW's pay per view called Revolution, which has been built around Sting's last match before Sting retires. So I'm gonna just look at my notes, read down the card for tonight, and yeah, I'm gonna just give the predictions and everything else like that. So for the pre-show, we are starting off with Julia Hart and Sky Blue versus Chris Statlander and Willow Nightmare. I mean, Willow Nightingale. Sorry, y'all, it's early, so don't mind me. For the pre-show for tonight, before the actual card. Um, I mean, they've been building this tag team match for quite some time. I hope Chris Statlander actually get in her inner self and turn like it's not a heel, but like start winning in like heelish ways, and then Willow Nightingale can start questioning like, "Yo, what are you doing? Like, you don't do that." And maybe we can get Chris Statlander to start cooking and becoming a heel at some point. But I would like to see more of question marks first. Like, yo, like Willow, she can be like, yo, what are you doing? Like, we don't do that. We don't do that. That's not how we win. You know what I mean? And Chris Statlander be like, nah, but we won. Like, you know what I mean? Like questions. And I would like to see them build Chris Statlander to something like what they did with Drew, slowly cook Drew into the petty Drew that we getting today. So we can get that. Hey, I'm all for it. So, next on the card, I think this is where the show begins. For the International Championship, you got Orange Cassidy versus Roderick Strong. The build up for this match has been really, 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 really cold. Uh, it's just been cold. I think, to my opinion, I think it's been a good build up, my opinion. But I think for the fans, it got cold. Um, but who I think gonna win the match? I think Robert Strong is gonna take the title from Orange Cassidy. To kind of build that Kingdom um group with Adam Cole, Warlow, and I think they're the Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions right now. Write that in the comments if they are. Tell me the group name because I know names. I got a lot of stuff going on, man. We just did a show last night and I did a lot of editing, so don't mind. But yeah, man. So yeah, I think Robert Strong is going to take the title from Orange Cassidy. Um, the question is Trent going to turn on Orange Cassidy? Because if anybody been following that little, I've been seeing like little discommunications and stuff going on there. You know what I mean? And I think for Trent, this would be great if he does decide to turn on Orange Cassidy. I think Trent is probably one of the hardest workers in AEW. Um, and I will love to see a heel turn. I will love to see it. I think that's what we need, and I think Trent needs something fresh. I think and giving them that heel turn, or maybe even joining with the Robert Strong and them group, Kingdom Come, or yeah, something like that. So hopefully we hopefully I can get that because I want to see Trent get more TV time. I want to see Trent Russell a lot more, but I want to see an edgier side of him. You know what I mean? I want to see something something make him snap like, yo, you know what? I'm tired of this. I'm tired of always being the one losing. I'm tired of always not getting what I want. I want that. Maybe he don't got to necessarily join Roderick Strong in his group, but I would just like to see that happen. All right, now moving on. I'm so sorry, y'all. It's early in the morning. So we got this All Star Scramble match, and the winner of that match gets a future AEW title shot. Chris Jericho versus Warlow versus Powerhouse Hobbs versus Lance Archer, which we ain't see Lance Archer on TV in God knows how long. Versus Hook, okay. Versus Brian Cage versus Dante Martin versus TBA. Um, hmm. It wasn't really no build up to it because the match that they were supposed to do, it got scrambled. I think they were supposed to have this pause, no homo, this man big meat type of match. It was supposed to be originally the plans were supposed to be uh Warlow, Powerhouse Hobbs, Lance Archer. I think they were supposed to have Keith Lee and um Miro in the match, but they are both injured at the moment. So that's why we got this AEW scramble for a future world title, which I'm okay with too. Um, the winner of the match, I got two. They either gonna A go with Hook or they gonna B go with Warlow. Now, if y'all remember, Hook was against Samoa Joe. I think it was like sometime last month in Dynamite, and Samoa Joe definitely made Hook look more like a main defender. Samoa Joe putting over Hook. Hook showcasing that he can hang in there. I kind of like that. Um, I just wish we got to see more of Hook after that. AEW, get that together. Um, and my second person to win will be Warlow because of the promo that he cut. I think that was 2 weeks ago or a week ago, something like that. I think it was 2 weeks ago. And man, that was probably his best promo to date when he was name dropping and he said, "Yo, I'm tired of being in the back of the line." Obviously, you know, I think AEW dropped the ball on Wardlow after that beef with MJF, but that's another story for another time. But my predictions is, yeah, I either want Hook or Warlow to win the match, which it will make sense, especially from the promo that we got with Warlow, and then Hook still wants to be AEW World Champion. So I mean, whatever. The next match, which I'm suit for, because it's my favorites. FTR versus Blackpool Combat Club, John Moxley and Claudio. I think that tag team match is going to be a banger. I mean, there's four of probably the best in AEW to do it. Uh, Damn, that's kind of hard to pick, but I think FTR gonna come away with the W. Um, it really wasn't like really no heat behind it. I mean, it was on Collision. If people actually watch or follow Collision, that's when that kind of started. But I mean, it's one of the matches that they win at it, and then it was kind of like thrown out there. All right, y'all gonna go against each other in the pay-per-view, which I don't mind because, like I said, I know for sure they're gonna put on a classic. So I mean, but my winner for that match is definitely FTR. Now, the next match we get the debut of Will Ospreay versus Takasha. I think if I'm saying this right, if I'm saying his name right, please don't kill me. If I'm saying his name right. I feel like that match is going to be a banger as well. But Will Ospreay is definitely going to win. Um, Will Ospreay has definitely became one of my favorites. I am a huge fan. Um, and when he said that on Dynamite, he was full time on AEW now, and I like his chemistry on the camera. He just himself. He's just naturally him. This is who he is. This is who y'all gonna get forward, and this is who y'all rocking with. You know what I mean? Like I don't think he got a character or nothing. I just think it's just him the whole way. He's very passionate. If y'all don't know who he is, Google him on New Japan. He's one of the greatest, one of the best to do it. Takasha, if I'm saying his name right, please. If I'm not, write it in the comments. Um, uh, he's also a good wrestler. Recently got W's over Chris Jericho. I think he won against Kenny Omega. I gotta somebody write that in the comments too if he beat Kenny Omega. I think he did though. I think he's a great wrestler. Um, and him being with the Don Callis family, it makes sense. That match is going to be a banger. I can't wait for that. I'm actually suit for that. So yeah, man, I think Will Ospreay going to win though. I believe he's going to win. So, but Takasha is definitely going to look strong in that match. No questions asked. And I'm rating that matchup 5 out of 5 already before the match even begins. Uh, Next, we got the TNT Championship match, which is going to be Christian Cage versus Daniel Garcia. I fucks with that dance. Um, Christian Cage is probably the best heel in AEW. That whole "I'm your father," love it. It's just great stuff. I mean, Christian Cage is on fire. I know Adam Copeland. Y'all probably know him formerly known as Edge. I think he was supposed to be in the match. I think it was supposed to be a triple threat, but Christian Cage did a concerto on him, and I think we're gonna build to maybe either big business or double or nothing for that finished feud. Excuse me, for them to finish that feud. But Christian Cage is gonna pick up the W here. But I hope they showcase Daniel Garcia. I hope they because Daniel Garcia can wrestle, y'all. Check him out with the match for Brian Danielson. I think that was great. I gave that match a 10. In a couple other matches he was in, man, he's just great. That little dance got over. Um, I just hope that they showcase him on a big stage. And this is definitely his time to shine. Christian Cage winning as a heel in his heelish ways should win. So I mean, I don't expect nothing more, nothing less. But I do want to see Garcia actually look strong. I know Christian Cage said something about his father, said something about his mother. Christian Cage, yo, relax, man. My man be talking about father's dead and all of that. My God, yo, you want to talk about it, bro? You want to talk about it? Something you got a lot of anger going on there, man. With these, messing with these dead fathers and all that part, man. Pardon me. But you want to talk about it? We could talk about it. I'm gonna give you my hotline. We could talk about it, man. But nah, I think that TNT match is gonna be good. Um, and yeah, like I said, I just want them to showcase Daniel Garcia, and Christian Cage is gonna pick up the W. So the next match is gonna be for the Continental Crown Championship. This one I'm really suit for. Eddie Kingston versus Bryan Danielson. For those that follow AEW, know about the Continental Classic tournament that they had. And I know Bryan Danielson, man, was disrespecting Eddie Kingston. Uh, I think he grabbed a sign from a fan stating that Eddie Kingston is a bum. Eddie Kingston, though, won the tournament. He proved that he's not that. He proved that he can hang in there. Um, man, and then we started cooking that robbery on Collision. Bryan Danielson just disrespecting this man. I think one time Bryan Danielson spit it in his face. Oh my God. And I know they had a 6-man tag on Dynamite. Uh, I know Eddie Kingston got a couple licks in, but I'm real suit for this match. The build up has been pretty decent. It's basically off of respect. And Eddie Kingston, I think he cut a promo on Collision, if I'm not mistaken, when he said that he wanted to go 1-on-1 with Bryan Danielson, and if he wins, he want Bryan Danielson to shake his hand. To basically like, yo, you're gonna respect me. You know what I mean? Because Bryan Danielson has been disrespecting the shit out of this man. So I'm really out for that match. I'm soup for it. I can't wait for that. I don't care what nobody say. The build up has been just the old school. Yo, look, you're gonna respect who I am. You're gonna respect what I've done. You know what I'm saying? And I like that. I like matches like that a little bit more than championships because the international crown championship prior to Bryan Danielson don't mean nothing. I just think Bryan Danielson is going to have the match. I think Eddie Kingston he wants Bryan Danielson to respect him more. So basically, yo, you gonna shake my hand after I beat you. And hey, man, I'm all for that. I know they had a little tease where Bryan Danielson lift up. I forgot he went against. I forgot the Japanese person he went against. Somebody write that in the comments if you watch Collision. But I know he raised his hand and shook his hand, and he didn't do that to Eddie Kingston. So I was like, yeah, I like this. This was a uh, build off of respect, and it got personal. I don't care what nobody say. It got personal when Bryan Danielson spit in that man's face because there's no way in hell I'm letting that man spit in my face. We would have been fighting. It would have went off script. But I expect Eddie Kingston to actually pick up the win, and I expect that handshake to be shook. For the next match, we have the AEW Women's Championship with Pelosa, if I'm saying that right, versus Tony Storm. Um, I this buildup has been weird, but kind of awesome at the same time. I think Tony Storm actually admitted that she liked girls, or whatever the case may be. It looked like at one point they was about to kiss. I thought they was. I don't know, but I think they did on Collision where Tony Storm kissed her on the cheek, or was it the lips, or whatever it was, because the cameraman he sucks at the angles. I think it was on the cheek though. I think it was like basically saying kiss goodbye to our friendship. Um, you're not going to get the old Tony Storm. You are getting this one, and this is who I became now. I think the match is going to be good. Um, uh, Perosa, if I'm saying that right. I know she came from TNA. She's a great wrestler. She's really awesome in the ring. I hope the women actually have time to showcase these skills because they both can wrestle. So I expect Tony. I want Tony Storm to win, but I kind of feel like they're gonna go with Perosa getting the championship. But I don't want to see the title of Tony Storm. I think Tony Storm is great. That character that she got is definitely getting over. And she worked really hard to get that character over. It kind of came out of nowhere for me, but hey, um, damn, I do want Tony Storm to win though, but I feel like the title is going to change hands tonight. For the next match, here we go, here we go, here we go, baby. We got the AEW World Championship. Samoa Joe, Hangman Page, and Swerve Strickland. Now, this build-up been basically off of more of Swerve and Hangman. I just think Samoa Joe was the prize. I don't think Samoa Joe, to me, shouldn't really say anything because for people that watch AEW, Swerve Strickland and Hangman Page, I think for almost 3 or 4 months been beefing with each other. I mean, Swerve went to this man's Hangman's house, disrespected this man. They had a Texas death match. Was that at World's End or Full Gear? It was one of those. That was awesome. I know Swerve won by hanging Hangman from he had the chain wrapped around his neck and started choking this man out with the chain. And but I think it was the last man standing match or something like that. Uh, but you would think a Texas death match will end that rivalry. No, no, no. And so I think it was a episode on Dynamite where Swerve wanted to go after the world title. Hangman came out. He said what he said. Samoa Joe, and then I know Swerve and Heyman, they had a match on Dynamite to see who was going to fight Samoa Joe at the pay per view, but the match ended up being a draw. Which, by the way, that match was a banger. It ended up being a draw, which I knew AEW was going to pull that trigger. Um, that's the one thing I can give AEW. Um, when they don't know, when they don't know who they want to win the match, they will pull that audible. They will pull a draw, which I think they only did that I think like 3 times. I know the match with Kenny Omega and Bryan Danielson was one of them. I forgot the other. I forgot the other match that they did, and then I know it was this one. Write that in the comments if y'all remember. You know what I mean? Um, but I don't remember the other match that they did. But I know I remember the two. It was this one and Bryan Danielson and Kenny Omega. Um, so that's one thing I can give AEW. They will pull that out they had if they have to, which to me I think is a classic move. So we got the triple threat match. I feel like Samoa Joe is going to retain. I think Samoa Joe is going to choke Hangman out instead of Swerve Strickland because I think they're going to save Swerve Strickland for more like Double or Nothing or maybe even Big Business. I don't know, but I'm leaning towards more Double or Nothing. Uh, and that way Swerve can be your new world champion. I don't know. That's just my predictions. I don't know if it's going to come out or not, but but Samoa Joe is definitely going to win the match. I think the match itself is going to be a banger. You got 3 of the top AEW guys to do it. So, yeah, man, I think the match is going to be a banger. And last but not least, the AEW Tag Team Championship Tornado Tag Match. Ooh, okay, I ain't knew it was going to be that. Sting and Darby Allin versus the Young Bucks. Now, I gotta say, when I first heard that the Young Bucks was going to be Sting's last match, I was like, "What?" why. I thought it was going to be Sting versus Darby, but come to a conclusion that Sting wanted this tag team match. Sting specifically wanted the Young Bucks. And I got to give it to the Young Bucks. That EVP thing is working. It's working. They made the match seem personal. Uh, they had a segment where Darby and them won the tag titles, and they were celebrating. They came with baseball bats, and they had on the all white suits. And Darby Allin was bleeding. They wiped the blood on the suits, and they beat up Sting's sons, man, yeah, they made it personal. I like that. They made it personal. And I know this Dynamite recently, the Young Bucks is, I kind of did a review on it. The Young Bucks was looking for Sting. They did the mind game. Sting came from the rafters and all that. That was great. So I think the tag team match itself is going to be a banger. My prediction to win the match will be definitely the Young Bucks. I would like for Sting to look strong. I would like Sting to look as strong as he can going out. I believe the Young Bucks is going to win. Here's what I don't want. I don't want somebody like Ric Flair to get involved. Sit in the audience, sit in the crowd, just watch the show, watch the match, watch the product, have a good time. When Sting and them lose, and when Sting and them go in the ring, and when Sting get his flowers and his round of applause, that's when you come in, you give Sting his hug. Everybody that wrestle with Sting or show Sting respect should actually come out that locker room and show Sting the gratitude and respect. Sting been in this industry for, I think, 30, 40 years. I watched Sting growing up. I'm a huge fan of Sting. Love Sting. Sting should go out with the utmost respect. The talent he put over, the hard work that man did, the blood, the sweat, the tears, the face run, the heel turn runs. Sting deserved his flowers. So yes, do I expect the Young Bucks to win? Yeah, of course. Ric Flair, stay out of it. Don't try to get in the ring. None of that. You look bad. Stay out of it. Please. For me, for all of us sake, let Sting go out as he should. Sting should go out as strong as possible. Unbeatable. Until the Young Bucks actually beat that man. Should Sting take the pin? Yeah. Sting got nothing to lose here at this point. He did his part. I don't think Darby should take the pin. I think Sting should take that pin. Sting should be like, damn, man. Damn. I lost. And Darby and them got the mic cheering more. The crowd gets up. Everybody comes from the locker room that worked with the man. Everybody clapping for Sting, showing that respect. That's how you should end Revolution. There should be no shenanigans. There should be nobody coming out. There should be no special nothing unless it's Sting's friends that he worked with throughout the years. But there should be none of that. It should be a package of a thank you Sting, and Sting get his round of applause and balloons and all that fireworks and everything popping for Sting. Sting should go out like that. There should be no shenanigans, AEW. None. Once or ever. Ric Flair, you could come in the ring and congratulate him and everything like that. There should be no shenanigans. Don't let that happen. Please. Sting should go out like that, man. Sting should go out with his flowers. He should go out partying. That's what I want for Sting. I want that for Sting. Please don't do the shenanigans. Please, AEW, for God's sake, don't. And Ric Flair, keep your old ass out of there. Sit in the crowd. Enjoy the match. Don't come in the ring. You look bad. You look bad. Stop. Enjoy the match. Let Sting go out the way he should go out. Please. For the AEW fans, for the people that even just paid just to watch Sting last match. Please, no shenanigans. Yes, the Bucks should win. Sting should have balloons, a package of Sting career, party, pew, pew, fireworks, all of that. All of that. Sting should go out like that, man. The scorpion joint dropped from the rafters. Maybe I'm exaggerating a little bit. But damn it, for Sting, hell no, I'm not exaggerating. Do whatever to make that man go out like the king Sting is, like the GOAT Sting is. You can see I got the hoodie on because it's that real. Tony Khan, don't you fuck up Sting tonight. Don't you do it. I am your host, Punch, Wrestling Pit Podcast. Shout outs to the crew. Shout outs to Hector. Shout outs to Chris. Shout outs to Little Big Man. Shout outs to Jeff. You already know. Little Wrestling Pit Podcast gang. This is your boy Punch. This was my AEW predictions. And we out. And thank you, Sting, for 30, 40 years of your entertainment, of your hard work, your blood, your sweat, your tears, your ups, your downs. Thank you for letting us be a part of your journey to becoming the greatest icon of all time. Thank you. God bless. Have a good day. Peace.